What is going on, Diablo 2 fans? Dobrunsky here, and I have to admit, for this video, I am super excited. I'm going to be discussing some changes that will be introduced into Diablo 2 Resurrected for patch 2.3, which is expected to launch early December. So again, I'm really excited. There's some really cool stuff that's being introduced, like quality of life updates for consoles, a quick cast system, and more. So I'm just very excited, including a public test realm. So what is a PTR Realm used for in Diablo 3? It's for testing, skill balancing changes, items, and seasonal updates. Maybe we will get to see this in Diablo 2 Resurrected. Fingers crossed, I'm super hopeful. But I just want to remind you guys before I jump into this blog post and this video that I do stream twice a week on Twitch. So if you guys do enjoy my YouTube content, any follows over there on that platform would be very much appreciated. With that being said, guys, let's just jump in. At the start of the blog post, they spend a little bit of time talking about some improvements that they've made to the server. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to fly off in the comment section below about how the servers have been horrible. They definitely started out a little bit shaky with the launch of the first online experience. Want to be careful there, not to say ladder, because I have in previous videos said ladder. It's an online experience. I do think it started a little bit shaky, then got pretty bad, but they have been making some steady improvements, especially since they introduced the new timer. So when you cycle a new game, you can actually see how long it takes to count down till you can make a new game, because at one point, if you were trying to like join a friend's game and you mistyped the title or the password, that would count as like an attempt, and if you did it too quickly, it would cycle you back again. You'd have to start, wait for that 1 minute cooldown. You didn't have the timer, so weren't actually able to know when to join again, and it was pretty frustrating. So I definitely agree that there has been some improvements so far. Again, let me know in the comment section below if you guys agree or disagree, but it's definitely better than what it was. For the next segment here, they talk about some changes that they made to difficulty scaling on console. So this is a huge quality of life feature, because I have covered in numerous guides. I've talked about how players' difficulty settings on single player, how you can manually change it, will help you for stuff like rune farming, etc., like monster drops, bases, that kind of thing, depending on where you're farming. But generically, the ability to change the player's difficulty setting is a really good feature to have, and consoles lacked that for basically since launch of the game, but they're introducing it now. So you can see here this slider, you can manually change the difficulty setting whenever you want to on console. So this is huge, guys. If you want to do lower Kuros runs or just manually pump up the difficulty in Chaos Sanctuary with the Hammered In, you now have that option. So this is really great, because I haven't covered anything in terms of the console experience for Diablo 2 Resurrected, so I really cannot speak to that. But anything that's more in giving them a closer version to PC is a better thing, I think. So yeah, I don't even have D2R in console, but this is a really cool feature they've added. Now, this is the section that I am most excited for. They're adding a quick cast system to Diablo 2 Resurrected. And the really key thing here is that they mention the ability to opt to have it on or off. So for those that really want that legacy experience, you can toggle it off. For those that want a more of a kind of modern day ARPG experience, you're going to love it. I mean, I think so. I mean, we'll have to test it, but when I play new games like PoE, the ability to just quick cast a spell in the direction where you point a mouse is just so much better than just constantly mouse clicking. So I really do like the introduction of this new feature. So to just very briefly demonstrate what I mean by a quick cast system, I have Path of Exile launched here. So I have the skill Frostbolt assigned to the W hotkey. So if I wanted to attack with this skill in Diablo 2 Resurrected, I know Frostbolt doesn't exist in D2R, but just bear with me. I would have to actively select that skill and then either click left or right click, depending on which keybind I had it assigned to attack with that spell. Whereas in Path of Exile or other modern day ARPGs, you just point in the direction of the mouse and then you hit that hotkey once and it's going to actively cast the spell for you, basically eliminating a step. So imagine Fireball, Frozen Orb, Meteor, Blizzard, whatever, you just point in the direction of the monsters, hit that hotkey once, activate, and cast. A very, very cool upgrade for D2R. So rounding out the end of the blog post, they do cover a couple visual and gameplay improvements. Nothing that I find super exciting, but here they have a GIF example of showing muted or ignored players will be highlighted like this, and then a player you want to talk to won't have the red icons swirling through the character. I don't really use the chat experience too much on BNet, but could be a nice change for those that use it a lot. They do show a different way of demonstrating missed hits in PvP. This is an option that was in the accessibility option HUD or whatever, showing a missed text. I never actually had that indicator ever turned on. I don't really see the need for it, but it is, I guess, cool that they showed a different way of doing it using an X pattern. And I'm also not a big PvP guy, so again, let me know if you guys think that that's a huge change or huge improvement. And at the very end here, they talk about some graphical improvements and PTR/future updates. So quickly touching on the graphical improvements, you can now use NVIDIA DLSS. I am not a big computer guy, but my understanding is that using I think a 2000 or 3000 series NVIDIA GPU, you can upscale the resolution and play at like 4K instead of 1440, or 1080p, you can upscale it to 1440 using your card without a GPU hit or performance hit. Again, I'm not a big computer guy. I do play in 1440, but maybe I can upscale to 4K, so that's kind of cool. But I think the most exciting part of this blog post is the very end here, where they talk about the introduction of the first ever public test realm for Diablo 2 Resurrected, where we can test balance, bug fixes, and other enhancements we make to the game. So they want to invite us to kind of crash test and figure things out and try and identify some bugs before the actual, I guess, launch of ladder, but it's just a way of testing stuff. So their primary fix with this public test realm is around database issues, and they mention that right here. That's their primary focus, database issues. So don't expect new room words, but they do mention that they're going to share more details on ladder and rank gameplay. But this is, I think, the most exciting thing, and even more changes coming to Diablo 2 Resurrected. So I want to kind of close off the end of this video by just talking about how I really hope that maybe after the first ladder that we can see some seasonal updates. So something kind of similar to what they do to Diablo 3, loot filter, currency tab, and then maybe some other kind of quality of life changes like skill balancing, that kind of thing. Anyways, that basically wraps up this video. Again, sort of a quick talking head video, is just highlighting some of the changes that we will see. They do mention that when the actual launch of this patch early December, we will get a full listing of all the different patch notes. So more of just a news blog post, but I think it's very exciting. I am really optimistic about the future of Diablo 2 Resurrected if they implement some of these quality of life changes and introduce some new small seasonal content to just add some extra variation. The rendering of the new engine and the graphics looks amazing. I think it's the best looking ARPG on the market right now, but I really do think it needs new content. But again, let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Again, I know it was a little bit of a quick talking head video, but I did want to kind of give you my 2 cents on this blog post. Again, I'm very optimistic for Diablo 2 Resurrected, but that's all I have for today. As always, if you guys could throw a like on this video, share it, and even consider subscribing if you're new to my channel. I post new weekly content on YouTube, and I do stream twice a week on Twitch. So any follows on Twitch or subs on YouTube would be amazing. Other than that, guys, hope you have a fan-frickin-tastic day, and I'll catch you on my next video or live stream. Peace out.